Hello and welcome to my YouTube video. This is actually take two, so if my energy isn't as high as it should be, choose that to re-record it. I accidentally set my PlayStation 4 controller I have hooked up as the speaker and of course there's no microphone attached to it, so nothing got recorded. Anyway, as you see, I do not have good headphones or a good microphone. They're like my good headphones, I kind of fell asleep wearing them, so they're broken now. So I had to throw them out, and I'm just stuck with this. I'm gonna have to find new headphones, and they're not cheap. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. So I'm gonna cover two things in this video. First is my thoughts on the new Wednesday, like the first 6 minutes of season 2 we got, and then what I'm gonna do with my channel, where I'm gonna go with it. So first, we'll get into the Wednesday stuff. One thing I learned is that the trailer was very misleading. There's one part where one of the doll heads, if you remember that part where there was all the dolls, one of the doll heads just went vroom on its own. I thought, ooh, ghost. But no, it was thing turning it from the inside. And it was a nice twist, but it could have been done better. And we know what the dolls are for now, what they're about. So we got that revealed pretty early, and it's kind of funny knowing what they are, knowing that Wednesday gave one of those as a gift to Enid. Kind of morbid when you actually think about it. Not going to say too much just in case you haven't seen it. You should check that out, but I'm not going to show any clips because all my last videos covering Wednesday, they have a copyright claim on them. So I don't want to get too many of those. It's not the same as a copyright strike. It's not a strike. There's no strikes against my channel, just there's copyrighted stuff, so I want to try to avoid that. Anyway, my plans for the channel now. So, sorry, I will still be covering Wednesday stuff, once season 2 comes out, but until then, I'll be primarily focusing on the short stories I wrote as a kid, walking through all of them, in the order I wrote them, what I was going through at that time, all that history. And it was not easy figuring it out, I have 30 notebooks full of notes and they're not all in order. I jumped. I didn't always use the same notebook to write notes. I had a lot at a time and I'd just pick a random notebook out. So trying to get that in order is insane. The short stories are a little bit easier because there is kind of a continuity, even though I did reboot it a lot. That was a little bit easier, especially later on, when I did a hard reboot because I numbered all the short stories. It'd just be Diamond Man and then whatever story it was. So that was way easier to figure out. Yet the other ones, the older ones, they had subtitles. Instead of Diamond Man 2, it'd be Diamond Man. Actually, no, there was a Diamond Man 2. So the first 3 were numbered, but after that, it would just be a subtitle Diamond Man versus Monster Man, or Diamond Man Falls, or Diamond Man and the Rise of the Mystery. Stuff like that. So I'd have to figure out the order. And then, And then I wrote other short stories that weren't in the Diamond Man universe that I would later add, but I'll get to those when I get to those. As well as the notebooks from the stuff I wrote in elementary school, which is not part of those 30 or so notebooks here. The elementary school stories, they weren't very good, but they are important for understanding how Diamond Man came to be and a lot of where I got my inspiration from. So my first video will actually be covering the elementary school stuff before I actually get to the Diamond Man stuff. And then once I get through all my short stories, I'll basically how do I explain this? I'm gonna basically reboot the series again, completely reboot it. Now that I know where this universe kind of ended with. When I wrote this as a kid, I didn't know where I was gonna go with any of the stories. I just kept writing some going to the universe, but I had no clue what the end was gonna be. Now that I know where everything was going, what everything ended up as, I'll probably reboot it, knowing full well everything that's gonna happen. Create a much more better universe. We'll see how it goes when we get there, though. And hopefully I don't accidentally record a video using this as a microphone again, because my voice can only take so much stress.
Bruh.